we are celebrating really the accomplishments of the city. As presented by Mayor James C. Butts and the support of the council, we're going to talk about all the great things that have happened in Inglewood and all the great things that are on the horizon.
Mayor Butts lives Inglewood 24 hours a day. And one night I called him and it was a little after midnight. And I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Well, I'm just getting into bed." He said, "But I can call you back in an hour and a half." I said, "It'll be like 1:45 in the morning. What are you talking about?" He goes, "Oh, I only sleep an hour and 45 minutes. That's the kind of commitment he shows to his city and to each and every one of you.
5 years ago. Now tell me, I know nobody here used to do this, but tell me if some of your neighbors didn't do it. People would ask, you hear them ask them, "Well, where do you live?" "Well, I live near LAX. "Where do you live?" "I live just south of Culver City." "Okay, well, we don't have to do that no more. You say I live in Inglewood, California."
I don't know, many of you here I don't think have been to all of the past State of the City addresses, because there's more of you here today than we usually get.
I was 19 years old. I was playing basketball at Cal State Los Angeles. I had a knee injury and I had to pay for my 72 Volkswagen, and I had to take a job. And someone from my church brought an ad from the Herald Examiner about community service officer position in the city of Inglewood working for the police department that paid between $3.57 and $4.19 an hour. In 1972, that was a lot of money. And so you could only work 20 hours a week and you had to be in school to get the position. But it was in the police department to introduce minorities to police work. And that's when I came to Inglewood in 1972. I found a city that was basically in a fiscal shambles, $18.6 million structural deficit down to its last $11 million, scheduled to go cash flow bankrupt within 6 months.
We've been in the Inglewood area now for 53 years, and in the last certainly 4 to 5 years, I believe we've seen the most improvement.
We had 2 street sweepers. The machines were 35 years old. We had 2 street sweeping people. And unfortunately, one of the street sweeping machines was broken at all times, but it worked out because one of the street sweepers was injured at all times. So we had this perfect symbiosis between equipment and staff. Now we have 5 street sweepers with no sick, comp, or vacation. The last 5 years are the lowest 5 consecutive years of crime in the recorded history of the city. We started keeping crime stats in 1979. Inglewood property values, since the end of 2012 to the end of 2015, based on actual sales, housing prices have gone up 85.6%.
Not one thing that I ended up doing in life had I planned to do. My intent was to be a corporate attorney or a Los Angeles Laker. Never achieved either one of those. But because I put everything into my education, from elementary school on, sought perfection, sought to learn all the time, read voraciously in and out of school, I was prepared to seize whatever opportunities came before me. And it turned out I never got to do one thing I thought I wanted to do, but I ended up doing everything I needed to do.
Numbers of graduates from Inglewood High to receive the Academic Excellence Award. And what school are you going to attend? Marist College. And so the council and I wanted to give her a $1,000 scholarship because we're so proud of her. She represents the best of Inglewood.
And I think in the first 5 minutes, he looked at me and he looked me in the eye and he said, "Mark, do you think we can have something here like what you did for Mr. and Mrs. Jones in Arlington, Texas?" And I said, "Mayor Butts, we can do that. We can do that." And I can tell you today, Mr. Mayor Butts, we have done that and we have created that. And this venue will be incredible. There's about 38 million people, and I just did this morning. You fly right near the site, you look out the window, there's 38 million people that do what I did this morning, and you look right on top of this site, and that'll be your view right there. You look at food. You don't have to just go to a sports venue and have that same expected food. We're going to have the food that you would eat when you go to restaurants, when you go to other places in this region.
Oh, it is just wonderful. I mean, I'm so proud of Inglewood, and I'm so proud of Mayor Butts. And anybody that knows Mayor Butts knows that he's the person that can make something like this happen.
I had one owner ask me, he said, you know, do you even know where Inglewood is because you're down here? No. Seriously. I was born in Inglewood. My family lived in Inglewood when I was born. Got off into the London. 7% of our fans, that's the figure that have ever been inside an NFL stadium. 7, not 70, 7. The rest of it is watched by television. When that kickoff comes, that's not 100,000 people that are going to watch that kickoff. There'll be 30 million people watching that kickoff. Inglewood, California. Inglewood.
You know what that was, Eloy? He said, yeah, that was Stan Kroenke. I says, no, that was destiny, Eloy. That's our destiny that just walked out the door. And it turned out to be manifest destiny. So I want to thank you, Stan.
I can tell you from the day I landed after that vote in January, we came here the next morning, and it's been a wonderful experience ever since, from the person who parks your car to the waiter in a restaurant or just someone you might meet on the street. Everybody's been so warm. It'll be a lot of fun to get involved further in the community.
I think things turned out really wonderful. People seemed to have a good time. We had one of the largest attended State of the Cities in the city of Inglewood's history.
To see it go from small to growing to now it's going to be on the map internationally, it's like, it's still sort of hard to believe, but very, very happy that it's happening now.
Let me tell you something. Okay, worked in 3 cities, City of Los Angeles, City of Inglewood, City of Santa Monica. Business doesn't thrive in a community on a holistic level without a strong Chamber of Commerce. And that's why this event actually is the main fundraiser for the Chamber.
The Chamber here is just an extension of the city of Inglewood. So we're here to help people with their businesses, help them grow, help them be sustainable within the city as well. So, you know, we really want to be a key part to the city's success and making things move further into the future.
The Inglewood Chamber of Commerce, again, they worked very hard, and I can remember like 10 years ago, even as a small Chamber of Commerce, they were always very active. So the business community was always tight, always networking with one another. I remember the president, you know, pressing the flesh, you know, out there shaking hands, and no matter where you were, people would always come up and say, hey, are you a member of the Chamber, and try and encourage you to join. So it's always been a good atmosphere for business.
The message that I have for any new business owner or existing business owner who wants to come into Inglewood, they should understand that we are the epicenter of so many things.
Because it's just going to boom from here.
If you want to flourish your business, Inglewood is the place to be. Come to Inglewood, the jewel of the South Bay.
When you can ride the wave, ride the wave. Doesn't happen often, so now's the time, get on board, because later on, if you didn't ride it now, it'll be looking back with regret. I would say, come in now.
Inglewood has become the jewel of the South Bay.
There's nothing but up for Inglewood for the next 20 years.
If you want to be part of this boom, economic boom, better get in now and buy your property and come armed with your concept, and we are ready to embrace you.
Been here for 53 years. We're looking forward to being here for 53 more. And to be perfectly honest, I couldn't think of a better city to do business in.
The mayor's done a fabulous job here. He gave the figures, and he had to do it with a whole bunch of help. But I'll tell you right now, I'm sitting here because of the owners and the NFL. And I'm raising a glass to Stan, and I'm raising a glass to the Rams. But I want to raise a glass to you guys too, and raise a glass. And we're going to ride this train with you to the glory hole. All right?